It's an American tradition grabbing a quick bite from the pushcart vendor, but that might change thanks to this next report. Inside Edition sent hidden cameras out to film just what goes on at some food carts. And as Matt Mahar reports, what we found can truly make you sick.
This is no joke. You're looking at a food cart vendor scratching his you-know-what. Inside Edition staked out street vendors all across New York City. And what we saw could turn your stomach. Check out the operator of this food cart just off Ritzy Park Avenue as he picks his teeth. And he's not done. He also picks his nose and digs in his ear, all while serving customers without ever once washing his bare hands. And all critical health code violations.
Mustard, ketchup, and sauerkraut.
When this vendor served customers, we repeatedly saw him touch food with his bare hands. Even if his hands were clean, that would be a health code violation. But take a look at what he does when he sits down to rest for a few minutes. He repeatedly touches his bare feet, his fingers between his toes, before he goes right back to serving customers.
That's absolutely disgusting.
Food safety expert Lisa Berger, who consults for many fine dining establishments, says dangerous germs from his feet could be contaminating his customers' food.
Every contaminant that would have been on the floor or the sidewalk or the pavement where he was walking ends up getting on the food.
And Berger says that's not the only way he could be spreading sickening germs. He also smoked cigarette after cigarette, spit, scratched himself all over, wiped his face and his hair, and blew his nose, and never washed his hands. When we went to talk to him about it, he claimed he keeps his hands clean. You were sitting right over here on the bench with your shoes off, picking your toes, then you came over and served food to somebody without washing your hands.
No. So I touched something, then I cleaned my hand.
He also showed us gloves, but when we watched him on 3 different days, he never wore them. But if you think a vendor wearing gloves is a safe food guarantee, think again. This vendor near Times Square had gloves on as he picked his nose, handled money, and scratched himself. And look at this. He touches raw chicken and then serves another meal without ever changing his gloves.
You need to think of raw chicken as being poisonous, and you handle it, remove the gloves, throw them away, wash your hands before you do anything else.
He insists after putting meat on the grill, he changes his gloves. You were handling raw meat and then serving food to people.
Oh yeah, I changed it.
This vendor outside Manhattan's famed Museum of Natural History licked his gloved hand as he counted money. But even more disturbing, he left his cart to use a bathroom in the museum. And you guessed it, our producer followed him inside, and the vendor didn't wash his hands. When we asked him about it, he claimed he washes his hands, and he showed us his food safety certificate. The day we saw you, you didn't wash your hands.
Who? No.
So the next time you're thinking about buying food from a street vendor, you might want to make sure they're not doing anything like this.
The New York City Department of Health says they inspect each of the city's 4,100 food carts at least once a year. We repeatedly asked for inspection reports on the vendors you've just seen. So far, they have not provided even one.